So, you've probably never eaten corn on the cob and thought to yourself, there could be harmful substances in this, right? Corn is just a vegetable, and corn is good for us. Or vegetables are good for us. But here in America, our vegetables are actually genetically modified with bacterial insecticide genes so that it produces insect toxins within its cells, which essentially protect from pests. Corn is just an example of day-to-day food that we consume that has GMOs. But more than 95% of animals used for meat and dairy eat a strict GMO diet along with multiple crops that have been modified to contain GMOs. GMO actually stands for genetically modified organism. They have been promoted to us for centuries to make our food taste better, solve world hunger, ensure faster growing plants and animals, and give our body more nutrients. Now let's think about it. This is what's being promoted, right? But at what cost? Do we know any of this to be true? Not necessarily. And here's an example of corn before and after GMOs. A couple of months ago, I started hearing things on social media stating when people leave outside of the country, they miraculously lose weight without changing any eating habits. Their gut issues such as bloating, gluten intolerance, IBS, and multiple other things completely go to ease. So I started to ask myself, what could be causing that? How is it that by simply eating the same foods but in a different country, our health problems can completely subside? Started reading into our food in America and the additives we put into our food that have been banned in other countries. So why are we doing this? I put together some of my research into this presentation to help persuade you why GMOs are unsafe and why they have been banned in other countries other than the United States. I've gathered information from very reliable sources, including the Non-GMO Project, ABC News, and New York Times. The three main points that I have are GMOs have been genetically modified to produce insecticide Bt in all the cells of the plant. So it protects from pests, but what it does is as soon as a bug comes around and eats it, the bug's stomach will actually start to disintegrate, which essentially kills the bug. So this so-called non-harmful substance that we are putting into our body is toxic enough that it's disintegrating the stomach of a smaller organism than us. So it's potentially poison, but yet it's safe for humans. GMOs are not only given an insecticide, but their genes are actually swapped in a lab to create different plants with characteristics of both of its parents. But that is also creating more issues and adding to the fact of we do not know what is actually being put into our body. So there's my main point one, just a little bug. Main point two, there are over 60 countries with regulations on GMOs and 26 have which completely ban them. With no potential risk is why is it that 60 other countries have put restrictions on them, but America has not? Main point number three is that we need to take a stand. We need to stop eating GMOs altogether. If we refuse to consume them, big companies will be forced to take them off the shelves. We can support the Non-GMO Project, which according to them, their mission is to supply more non-GMO foods for us and to have access to and apply a butterfly label to all foods that do have GMOs so that we are aware that they contain GMOs and we can make the decision for ourselves. And now that I have shown and explained how blissfully unaware we are of what we are ingesting, it is my goal for my audience today to make the decision for themselves if they want to continue mindlessly eating whatever sort of chemical is being put into our body, or if we want to take a stand and stop being consumers of these products. We can force big companies to take these products off of the shelves or at least label them with a GMO label so that we are able to decide for ourselves if it is worth it to us or not to ingest it. While it might seem like there's not much we can do for ourselves for such a big issue, we can make decisions for ourselves and have a choice and freedom over our body and our food. If nobody takes a stand, then we will be continued to be lied to.